Hello, believers, non-believers, and everyone in between. You're listening to Stories with Sapphire. I am Sapphire Sandalo. Now get cozy and open your mind because it's story time. Hello, happy Wednesday, and welcome to Stories with Sapphire Live. I'm Sapphire Sandalo, and this is the live stream I do every Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. I read your emails and stories because I get so much, and you know what? They're not all going to make it into an episode. So we read stories, and then at the very end, I pull out a card, do a collective reading for everyone from one of my many decks. And today we'll be getting it from the Animal Spirit cards. I like this one a lot. I think last time it was very, very accurate, if I remember. I think it was Crocodile? I don't remember. How's everyone doing? All right. Hi, everyone who showed up at the beginning. Hi, Just Brian, Stephanie, Happy Mad, your local simp, Fewy Morales, Paula Perry, Royal, Howard, Chrissy Seed, Toaster Tub, Sleeping Fox, Maddie the Musical, Maxine Cristobal, Mikey C. Cool. CB. Welcome. All right. So, let's see. While people are still trickling in, is there any spooky news with me? Been having weird dreams, as usual. I had this really cool, I hate to say Harry Potter because, you know, J.K. Rowling sucks, but it was kind of like a Harry Potter dream. And I was like a wizard, and I had like a wand, and I was doing magic, and it was very cool. What else has happened? Had a lot of cool synchronicities. My sister's been having a lot of cool synchronicities, but I can't share that. But trust that they're very cool. Anyways, let's start. All right, so this first one is called Red Door, Yellow Door. Hi, Sapphire. You can refer to me as Taylor. I love your podcast and find myself going to sleep whilst listening to them. Anyways, this is my story of Red Door, Yellow Door. I live in a really old house. I've personally never seen any super paranormal activities, but I know that my mom certainly has. I always used to laugh at her stories, but never again after this. One summer, I found myself going onto a great sadness or depression. I hated myself for it. I managed to get out of it single-handedly, but I still always felt uneasy after that. One night, I was slowly going to sleep, and around 2 a.m., I woke up in a startle. I can't remember what I saw, but it surely was flattering. Is that the right word? I went to sleep again, but this time had a dream of my window from someone or something else's perspective. It was staring at me through the window. I woke up again, this time at 5 a.m. I decided to get ready. As I was walking out of the bathroom, I heard something following me. Footsteps. They quickly picked up speed as I could hear something running at me in the hallway. Not daring to look back, I ran back into my room, slamming my door behind me. A few months have passed, and I kept seeing dark creatures with white, scribbled eyes. I didn't think much of it. I recently went to a friend's birthday to play Red Door, Yellow Door. I didn't believe in stuff like that. I just laughed it off with everyone else. Then, it was my turn. I then felt scared and shaken. I sat down and did while my friends chanted. Nothing, just as I thought. I went home that night and the following morning convinced my brother to play it with me too. I helped him do it, and he seemed scared. He saw something. I knew he was lying. I then decided to do it one more time. It was just me and my brother as he chanted. I saw something. A blue hallway. I kept walking, doing what people would normally do and ask stuff like, do you see anyone? Which door is the lightest? Then I saw someone in all black. I wasn't scared. Not thrilled, for that matter. My brother kept asking me questions, but I couldn't hear him. The man in black held out his hand. I waited, then took it. I woke up immediately. I don't know what happened. I changed, though. I found myself losing empathy for certain people, but being more social. I feel more protected. So I will say that was a little confusing. Little hard to follow. Wish that you included the rules of red door, yellow door, or like what. I don't think I've ever heard of that game. Is it a game? Is it a ritual? I don't know. I got a little lost though. I'm sorry, Taylor. It is not a dig on your writing skills. It's a dig on my comprehension skills. All right. This one's called Shadow Who Runs. Parentheses, true story. When I was about 12 years old, I invited my little cousin to come over to my house. We were having so much fun. We went outside to play with the sand. Then my little cousin, Valerie, stared at the window from our house. She told me she had seen a black shadow figure. I then said, I don't see anything. It's probably just your imagination. She said to me, no, really, I saw it. It ran so fast. I told her, fine, let's just go inside to get some rest. As soon as I walked in the house from the door where the basement leads, I saw it. I screamed out of fear and started to think my brother was just scaring me. I went downstairs, looked everywhere, found no one. I ran upstairs to find my older brother on the couch watching TV. I yelled at him, Han, did you go in the basement and run downstairs very fast? He answered, no, why would I do that? He then asked me, was it dark? I said, no. He said, I would be too scared to go down there alone. My heart was racing and pounding fast like a car. I couldn't believe what I just saw. I tried calming myself down by sleeping, but then I woke up randomly. I went to get a glass of water and realized my family was outside. So I put on my sandals, ran outside, and I asked Valerie, how long was I asleep? She then told me, only about 30 minutes. And I didn't think that was possible because I'm a heavy sleeper. Valerie's phone rang, and her mom told her, honey, you'll be having a sleepover with them, so I'll come drop off your clothes. Have fun. We yelled out of excitement, yes. While we were waiting for her mom to come, we went into the garage together, and we saw the black shadow running. We got so scared, so we got out of the garage, but then Valerie couldn't get up anymore. She cried in pain. She said she felt so weak, and then I ran over to help her get up. Just at the right time, her mom came, and I ran over to her and told her what just happened. And she told me that Valerie hasn't slept in 2 days, and that's probably why. But I didn't tell her about the shadow. A few days went by, and I never saw the shadow again, but I heard rustling in the bushes, and I thought it was animals, so I ignored it, but saw it in my basement again. My stomach ached, and I fell to the ground. I was so terrified, and the time came. I saw its face. It had red eyes, big grin, and a broken red nose. We moved houses and never came back to that street ever again, and whoever goes to that house might be the unlucky one. The end. This is from, I believe the name is Cassie. I also got a little lost. You know what? I think I'm just having a hard time concentrating. Adam, thank you for the super chat. I want to say red door, yellow door is basically a meditation exercise with paranormal consequences. Okay. So yeah, so it's like one of those like paranormal ritual things. Kylo Ren of the First Order. Hey, Sapphire, may I ask which urban legend is your favorite? Oh, no, it's a little spider. Sorry, I just noticed a little spider in my closet. My favorite. I do have a favorite. Do I? I mean, there's like the classic, like, we don't have a clown statue. Like, that one's one of my favorites. All the ones that I heard when I was a kid, because they got me so good. The like people lick too, the post-it with the licking. Alberto HL, the story about the door somewhat reminded me of this vague memory of a ghost girl I saw behind the green door that led to my aunt's backyard. Ooh. Adam Lombardo, like 3 kings on a budget. I see, got it. Okay. You know what? Let's try to pick one that's not gonna confuse all of us. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. Please don't be confusing. The Girl on the Street. I moved into Massachusetts with my boyfriend 2 years ago. We were still decorating the home since it was in bad condition. I got a new job as an assistant at a company. I never drove, so I always walked home. It was a 10-minute walk, so I didn't mind. Every day when I walked home, I see this girl inside from the window. She looked 5 to 6 years old, maybe because she looked young. It went on for a year, and I wondered who she was. One day, my cautions got the best of me, and I went to her house. I knocked on the door. The house looked old and abandoned, but I didn't really care. I knocked 4 times until a woman... Oh, no. Sorry, there's something in my nose. Gross. Sorry, hang on. I knocked 4 times until a woman that looked in her 80s opened the door. Hello, I'm Janice, and I saw a girl in the window every day. I was wondering who she was, I said with caution. The woman looked shocked and scared at the same time. What did she look like, dear? She said with a shaken voice. She had brown hair, brown eyes, with, I think, a birthmark on her neck, I said with confusion. That girl, she was my daughter. 61 years ago, she died in my house from a sickness. I was in shock and I was terrified. I looked at the window again. I saw her with a big grin, and she pointed slowly somewhere. I looked at the direction, and I saw her again. She pointed somewhere else, and I saw her on the street about 50 feet away from me. I ran so fast to my house, and I locked the doors. I couldn't sleep that night because I was so terrified. So I went downstairs to make myself a hot chocolate. I felt a bit better. But then, when I looked outside my window, I saw the girl with a teddy bear in her hand. I screamed so loud that my boyfriend woke up and turned on the light. When the light was on, she wasn't there. She was gone. 1 month later, me and my boyfriend moved to another state because I was so afraid. As I looked back behind my car, I see the girl one last time, and she waved. A car came speeding and crashed into the girl, but she disappeared. Am I going crazy? Interesting. Okay. So that's interesting. The first part, very classic ghost story, right? Like who was girl? And it happened to be the daughter. And then I think because you saw the daughter get hit by a car, I think she was just showing you, like, if you want to know how I died, this is how. Ooh, I got chills. Okay. Yeah, is there a way to pin my why I left snarled video in a chat? Is there a way? Does anyone know? I forget. I know there's ways to do, like, what do you call it? Like, anytime anyone mentions a word in the chat, it, like, will pop up an automatic message. Can someone remind me how to do that? Maybe that's just a Twitch thing. Is that a thing I can do for YouTube? So every time anyone mentions snarled, it goes, hey, watch this video. Is that a thing? Ooh. All right, this one's called The Howling. Isn't that a movie that I did not watch? Hey there, Sapphire. I'm an old fan of yours, and I just wanted to tell you that if you do narrate my story, I'm truly grateful and I feel blessed. Love from India and Texas. Please don't use my real name, just use Lumen. This story happened to me when I was in India a couple months ago. We were staying at my grandma's place, and my whole family had left to go to a mandir, or temple. It was just my younger brothers and myself. I decided to go upstairs and watch a movie to distract myself because I had no one my age to hang out with or call over. So I headed upstairs and sat on my bed, scrolling through Netflix to find a movie. I couldn't find any good movies, so I just decided to watch your videos. But just minutes later, I heard a strange howling sound. It sounded like it was right outside in our backyard. Being an idiot at the time, I thought it was just a stray dog that had gotten hurt or something. So I shrugged it off and continued watching YouTube. About 30 minutes later, my brother ran up the stairs and said that my youngest brother, more so my cousin, had fallen off the stairs and hurt his shin. I quickly but carefully ran down the stairs only to find that my cousin had completely bruised his shin and scratched it. So I ran around the house to try to find some band-aids or some cream to put on his injury. But just then, I heard another howling. This time, I paid attention. The howling was scratchy, muffled. It didn't sound like a dog's howling. It sounded more human-like. So I just took a wet towel and placed it over my cousin's shin. But again, something weird happened. All the dishes that were on the counter slipped and fell on the ground. There were only 5, thank God. I then realized that something was wrong and that I needed to do something about it. So I quickly cleaned up the dishes and sat with my cousins in the downstairs TV room. Then again, I heard howling. But this time, I took action. I locked the doors and caged the entrance. I called my parents to come home ASAP. Just minutes later, I heard growling and 3 cats ran into our house and hid under our beds. I decided to get up and check. Yes, this was stupid. I stepped outside only to find that a big, wild, and gnarly dog had made its way through our locked gate and was now standing behind our caged entrance, pacing around and growling. It was drooling. It looked like a hungry animal, and its eyes told me it had found its prey. So I took my brothers and quickly ran up the stairs. I called my family again and told them to hurry. They replied, saying that they were going to arrive in 10 minutes. I locked my bedroom door as I heard barking and howling. This was a bad omen. This was no normal dog. My grandma had believed that if a dog dies a painful and slow death, it can get reincarnated again. But its soul is now controlled by a demon who is filled with suffering and pain and will kill anyone or anything in its path. But this doesn't go the same way for dogs only. Humans and other animals can go through this as well. It is said that when they are near or when they howl, they bring bad luck. People can get hurt or even die. Though it's not a common belief, it might be true or just a coincidence. Finally, my family arrived, but by the time they did, the dog was already gone and so were the cats. My family comforted us and said that they'll always leave us with an adult. We left India 2 weeks after that. I still think about that experience once in a while. What if I hadn't locked the doors? What if I hadn't caged the entrance? What would have happened if I wasn't there? These thoughts ran through my mind. My grandma got sick shortly after that incident. She had a tumor in her brain. We haven't gotten any news on that. Could it have been a demon dog, or is it just a coincidence? What if I'm next? Thank you so much for reading my submission. I hope you enjoyed it, and I have had many other supernatural encounters that I might possibly submit with more detail. This was my first. I hope it wasn't too bad. Thank you. So I obviously, I wasn't there, but it's possible the dog was like a stray rabid dog, maybe. To me, that's the most logical explanation. There's not enough to make me think it might be Something paranormal. But I'm not sure. It could have been like a rabid dog. But maybe you know something that there's details that, maybe it felt more paranormal in the moment. I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. Mel, I'm making a presentation on folklore and wanted to base it on ghost stories. What can I put as the first slide? It's due tomorrow. We're not going to do your homework for you. Man, I do not miss school at all. It is so weird to me that I used to wake up at 6 o'clock every day and also do homework every night. Like, what? Like, for what? For what? It's so weird to me that that's like a thing we do to children. It's weird, right? I don't know. All right. That was our last story. And now it's time to pull a card. I love these cards. Okay, here we go. Animal, spirit. Not spirit animal. Animal, spirit. It's different, okay? Don't cancel these cards. All right. Oh no. I'm such a bad shuffler. 7. Peacock. Do. For NBC. Okay, what? I forget what the peacock meant. What is it, air? Inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, confident and kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. To bring into balance, meditation on navel. Okay. Does that resonate with anyone? So I guess peacock is about not harboring resentment, like being beautiful on the inside and extending that outward. Something like that. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. I will see you next week. Maybe, I think. Adam, thank you for this super chat. Now I don't wake up early for anything except flights and trading cards. Also, did I mention I'm modding from Ireland? Oh, cool. What part of Ireland? I went a couple years ago. It was awesome. And I'd like to go back, but do the southern part this time. We stayed in the north last time. Mikey C, thank you for the super chat. Today was a horrible day, but this really brightened it. Thank you for cheering me up, Sapphire. Stay cool. Oh, yay. I mean, not yay that you had a bad day, but, yay that it's better now. You had a bad day. Maddie the musical. Wow, I needed to hear this. Good. Okay, yay. So, every time we pull a card, it's always meant for someone. Hopefully everyone, but at least someone. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out, y'all. Don't forget, you can send stories to storieswithsapphire@gmail.com. And if you want to know why I left Snarled, there is a whole ass video, multiple videos on my channel. So just search for it in the video thingy, search thingy, and you'll find it. Literally Google why did Sapphire leave Snarled, and you'll see a video. I'm so tired of talking about it.